Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angie, and today we're doing a reading for Libra. Today the reading that we're doing is how does your person see you? Usually I don't like doing this kind of reading, but a friend of mine asked me if I would do it, so I decided that I would do it for every sign. So this week we're going to do that. These are general readings, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do resonate with you, then and you want to like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. If not, it's okay. So like I said, these are general readings. They are also timeless. With that said, it means that you may resonate with one of the other signs in your chart. So you might want to go ahead and look at one of the other ones as well, like your moon sign or whatever. This is for Libra today. And Libra, let's see, how does your person see you? Vamos a ver. Let's see. How does Libra's person see them? Okay, don't worry about that. That just means that there's a Libra and a Capricorn. Unless you have some kind of an addiction, or you have some kind of bad habit, and your person recognizes that. And that's not as bad as it seems. Trust me, it's not. The death card only, it just means that there's something that needs to be changed. And your person is seeing this change in you. Something is changing in you, and it's not a bad thing. They see this as a good thing, okay? Maybe you've decided to, I don't know, to cut back on something that you do. Like maybe, you know, bad habits can be playing video games into the late hours of the night. An addiction could be watching TV, or, you know, eating too much, or having to keep the spices in alphabetical order, or something, you know. It doesn't necessarily have to be drugs, alcohol, or gambling, or anything like that. Okay, here, this is a Libra and a fire sign. So this is, so far, this has to do with a Libra and a water sign, and a Libra and a fire sign. So that would be, fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and water would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And like I said, don't be scared with that devil and the death cards. They're not talking about, they're pointing out situations. Like the death card represents change, renovation, new beginnings, the end of a bad cycle, or the end of something and the beginning of something new. It's something that you walk away from and you never go back to. So if this is an addiction that you're walking away from, then that's a wonderful thing. And your person is seeing the effort you're putting into that, and they see you as someone who is walking away from whatever it is that is not good for you. Like in my case, I would say that drinking too many Coca-Colas would be my addiction. I actually get anxious if I don't have Cokes in the house. So yeah, that would be considered an addiction, even though it's not that bad of an addiction. But that reminds me of a lady called Barbara Hershey. And she was the heiress. I can't remember if it was Montgomery Ward's or Woolworth, but one of those big stores. And she was an alcoholic, And then she traded alcohol for Coca-Cola, and she would only buy Coca-Cola from one Coca-Cola plant. I remember watching her biography, and it was very interesting. Anyways, your person sees you as somebody who likes to be at home. You're somebody who likes to be with the family. You're somebody who likes, you like socializing, but not in big groups. You're more of a stay at home, do hobbies, that sort of thing. And somebody who likes to like go out to pubs or stuff like that. That doesn't mean that you won't go to a football game or a concert or something of this sort, but you like being at home. You like being with the family. You're very family oriented. That King of Cups can also represent, for some of you, that somebody new is coming into your life. The Death card can be a reminder or a notice that somebody left or somebody's going to leave, and that somebody new is coming in. And this is meant to be, because nothing happens if not because it's supposed to. Everything happens for a reason. I'm also noticing that your person sees you as someone whose energies are becoming balanced. Your female and male energies are coming together in a very mature king and queen way, which are mature energies. They're responsible. You can be a little impulsive at times, which is very fiery, and that's also an air sign trait along with fire. But when you mix fire and air, sometimes you can get like a really big not a clash, but like it can burn deep. It can burn deep. So yeah, they also see you as somebody who makes things happen. You make things happen, and you do it because you want to. In other words, whatever you set your mind on, you actually accomplish it. You put a lot of time and effort in getting things done the way you think they need to be done. Is it right or wrong? That's something you would have to discuss with your partner, because for everybody it's different. There is no right and wrong. I mean, unless it's like illegal and legal, something like that. Well, that's a completely different thing. But no, this has to do with you. It's if the kids need shoes, you find a way to make sure that the kids have, you know, there's shoes for school or their books or uniforms or whatever it is. You know, if bills need to be paid, you make sure that these things get done. Okay, now this is a Libra with an air sign, which would be again another Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. And well, so far the only sign that hasn't the only signs that haven't come out are the earth signs, but that doesn't mean they won't. So this is a pretty balanced general reading, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of Libras out there with a lot of different partners, and those partners are coming out in this reading, and they all kind of sort of see you in the same way. You know, somebody very intelligent, somebody who gets things done, somebody who is very loving and caring, and sometimes can be a little emotional. You like being at home. You like being with the family. Your family means everything to you. Your home is your castle. Sometimes you can be impulsive, but generally speaking, you're pretty balanced. Now, there are a few of you that may or may not have some kind of an addiction, some kind of problem, And I take back the Earth sign didn't come out. There is a Capricorn came up. A Libra and a Capricorn. The general reading, or the general energy of the reading, as how do they see you, is they see you as someone who can let go of things. This card, the Five of Cups, usually represents crying over spilled milk. But Libra, you balance things out. You see the good and the bad, and you take the good. Now, sometimes you can get a little bit stuck in your head, especially when it comes to emotions. So I think that the general output or outview of how they see you is someone who sometimes can get stuck in the past, but with the other cards around you, like, you can get stuck in the past, and you can get to feeling like things are, like, people are taking things away from you that are rightfully yours, and you sometimes can get into this poor me and kind of like paranoid that people are working against you, and sometimes it's just not so. But being an air sign, where you can overthink things, and you can go to the what ifs. So that's just on the negative side of how they see you. On the positive side, like I said, they see you as someone very intelligent, someone who is very good at balancing things out, especially checkbooks and that sort of thing. Someone who is very loving and caring, somebody who can be a little impulsive, but at the same time, that can be a good thing. Because sometimes we have to react quickly for something to go through properly. And sometimes we just need to respond to something instead of reacting to something. And you have that balance. You're able to do that. You're not afraid to walk away from the things that no longer serve you. You're not afraid of taking things that are detrimental or bad for you and walking away from them and never going back. You don't have a problem with that at all. Once you decide, once you set your mind on not doing something anymore, you stop. It's done and over with. If today you decide that you don't want to eat sugar anymore, this is the last day you eat sugar. And that's just the way you are. Okay? And that's just an example. But, Libra, I hope this helped. Thank you for coming and visiting with me today. I hope this helped, like I said. And if you liked it, well, subscribe and like. If you didn't, well, you can do that too. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.